This is why I love film. This is what brings me back to when I was a kid in the theaters.
Welcome back to Popcorn and Beers. We've got your butter on top, Warfare, and The Amateur. Of course, we've got a drunk classic for you. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Back to Popcorn and Beers, where they pop them bottles and them cans. Some are alcoholic, some are not, and some are caffeinated. It depends on what part of the world you're in. This is Popcorn and Beers, where some use tomatoes and others use thumbs. We use the stuff that gets you drunk. All right, sirs. One thing, this has been one of the most reliable podcasts to its listeners that's ever existed, I gotta say.
Like, is that right?
Well, I think so. You don't think so? The same crew, no substitutes. Every single week we have a show. And I always laugh when people think that we just drop in and do this. Like there's no prep. Like it doesn't take work after. There's no pre-production, post-production. And then they try to do a show and it lasts like one episode and they've got a YouTube channel that has one episode on it. So I'm not talking smack. I'm really just saying this isn't as easy as you think to get on here and then just talk.
Yeah, I cried for about 3 hours before we started. I was hyperventilating. It's a lot of anxiety getting on this microphone.
Did you give yourself the old stress relief going?
Hey, come on now. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna take that as a yes. It's okay. You give yourself a little, hey, how's your uncle? Like people know you're a grown up. All right, Jordan. Let's start with you with our first. Hey, come on now. That's what my granddad would say if I would be like, how do babies get here? Hey, come on now. All right. So Jordan, we're going to start with your butter on top and we'll fade to mine. But let's start with Warfare.
Yeah, Warfare. They're just getting lazier and lazier with movie titles. Just Warfare.
Yeah. Guns!
Yeah. So this was kind of marketed as the most realistic depiction of combat scenarios or some stupid crap like this, like, you know,
set up for failure.
I thought that was Doom with The Rock.
Yeah, that's the most realistic.
It's based on a true story. Okay, it's like a surveillance op, kind of. So they're very into like the jargon, the military, like mission lingo, and just them doing a lot of like the
verbiage.
Yeah, and then them doing just like the minute kind of parts of these kinds of military operations that you just don't really think of when you're watching a movie and there's just a lot of bang bang and guys saying really cool, intense stuff, and then like, you know, playing around and then fucking, you know,
we got company.
Yeah.
You know what they don't talk about enough is how gay it actually is.
Yeah. No,
like in real life.
I mean,
go ahead, Jordan.
The banter's never gay.
In this movie, there's quite a bit of it. That's the thing, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's real. I mean, I'm just being real.
Okay, so it is the most realistic. Okay.
There we go.
I mean, the movie opens with, like, all the dude... Like, the movie opens with this really... It's almost like they're watching The Substance. Like, this kind of semi-pornographic, like, jazzercise video. And then it, like, pans out. And it's a bunch of dudes, like 30 dudes in this crammed room. And they're all just watching it, like...
Josh,
like,
Josh, do you remember the Call on Me music video with Eric Prides watching it in the day room? So there you go. That's probably what they were watching.
Yeah, they're you know, all just broing out.
This is the most real depiction of being in the military.
It's a bunch of for like a good portion of the setup of the movie. It's just like a bunch of dudes like broing out. Like they don't like it's like shows that aspect. Like a lot of these are just like 18-year-old kids that have like very little home training, but they're just like now they're thrown into like these serious roles and they're just like struggling to stay very serious all the time.
This son of a bitch managed my money. So
yeah, I used to be in charge of millions of dollars.
So it's like surveillance, and they do make it interesting, like to some extent. Packing, it's like, oh, we gotta pack out and go, and then they make it like this really cool, like, oh no, don't forget
Why
this.
did I think he was gonna say packing peanuts? So they're pack outs, so they're bag drags, right?
Yeah, like how they gotta, make sure they get all their equipment and all this crap. It's
You used to have to
got
have a go bag. It was mandatory. You used to have a go bag in our dorm. Do you remember that, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you could be picked up to deploy within 24 hours, and you had to have a bag that was good to go.
Yeah. It's so yeah. There's a little bit of that. It's like a who's who of B movie rom com guys. For the most part, like all the supporting actors are just like all these dudes from like the Kissing Booth and shit. Like, yeah. And then the guy from Shogun, the white dude, plays the focus character more or less. I guess like the guy that the movie was kind of centered around, but
Joseph Prime.
He's just I don't know. I don't want to like spoil too much of it, but like it's based on a true story where one guy gets injured, and it's kind of like they made the movie to tell this guy's story kind of, but he's just not really like the total center of the movie. It's hard to explain. But Joseph Quinn is also in it. Who just is like nobody really has like an outstanding role? Line. Yeah, like a role where they're delivering a bunch of dialogue, So
is it Will Poulter in this?
Yes, Will Poulter again, like doesn't have a moment where he's just like delivering some good acting. Like it's just like they just put guys with faces that you recognize a little bit and into this movie. The kid from Reservation Dogs. He's like the lead boy in that, and he's like grown up, and of course they make him play like a Mexican dude.
He's the lead boy.
Yeah, he's pretty good in this. Actually, he has a few moments. It is super graphic, like super graphic scenes of dudes like in agony and dudes like getting completely blown into bits, and it is most of the movie you're spent in this state of shell shock. Like everybody is just kind of staring off, concussed, and they can't see, and their ears are ringing, and it's kind of like going in and out of that, like a lot. Guys kind of wandering around and stuff, dust everywhere. So it's just like, I don't know. And then there's like a scene again to lend to what you said about it just kind of being kind of gay. Like his buddy takes a drink of the water and then offers his friend some. His friend's like, all right, and goes to take it. And then his friend spits the water back into the bottle and then hands it to the friend. And then the friend drinks it while staring him right in the eyes. So it's like, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And the movie it's a trip though. Like it's cool action and all that. A lot of this stuff going on. And then as it's resolution, okay, like the guys who do survive and all this, they get out. They are evacuated from the location. And then as the street kind of clears, all the I don't want to like be like not correct, but like the whatever Middle Eastern country this takes place in, I think it's Afghanistan.
You don't want to be not politically correct. You believe
the characters would have called them Hajis.
Yeah, from some Middle Eastern country. I don't know what country they're in exactly in, but they all just kind of slowly come out. Like you see them all pour out of like where they were hiding from, like trickling out into the street, kind of looking around. Like dudes in sandals and like jeans and stuff. Yeah.
Iraq or Afghanistan.
And you're just like, they keep coming. You're like, holy crap. There were a lot of these guys and they were just everywhere. And then after they do the picture thing, like, this is dedicated to this guy. Then they show like the main guy, and he's like seriously maimed. And then the actor next to him, you know what I mean? And they're like hugging and they do that thing where like they show the real soldier and then they show the actor, but then they like do something weird that I've never seen in like these kinds of military movies where they do that thing, is that they'll show you like a random actor and you're like, that guy was in the movie? Was he like he had no dialogue? And then like, and he's not like a face that you would recognize. And then next to him, they put up like the real soldier, but then that real soldier would have his face blurred.
Weird.
And you're like, yeah, I'm like, why are they paying homage to a guy who wants to be anonymous with a guy that might as well have his face blurred because you don't know who that guy is.
Might as well have been anonymous.
Yeah,
That's funny.
It was just weird. I was like, all right, I'm just going to turn the movie off now. I don't feel like that's too disrespectful.
It reminds me of in boot camp. It was like the second last day, and we're all like cleaning up to go and whatever. And then the brother fight, the assistant drill sergeant, basically, he's walking around and he looks at this one kid and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he's Airman Perkins, sir, Airman Perkins. He's like, "You been here this whole time?" He's like, "Yes, sir." Wow. And it's like a great badge of honor when you flew under the radar so much that no one knew who you were.
But it was a cool movie. I mean, popcorn in one. No real major complaints about this. Like it's pretty straightforward, very short. It's fine. Popcorn in one. War movie. Warfare.
Cool. Popcorn one.
I'm gonna go see that on next weekend.
Next weekend.
It's in and out.
On the weekend. On the morrow. Anyway, so let's talk about what I did for our butter on top. Because I did the amateur. Like, no, like, it was okay, but it was definitely amateur. Thank you, Josh. So anyway, I have a question before we get into the review. Is Rami Malek a good actor?
He just has that one face that he does. And it worked for Freddie Mercury very well.
Is he a good actor, though? Because I don't think he's a good actor. Right? I think after watching this, I was like, I don't think he's a good actor.
Rami Malek fits certain roles really well. Like a lot of lauded actors they fit certain roles, but they're not good actors.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm watching The Amateur, and it's, you're going to have shades of so many different kinds of movies here. You're going to have a little bit of The Fugitive. You got a little bit of Columbiana. You got a little bit of American Assassin. You got a little bit of Hannah.
Columbiana.
Like all rolled into a movie. Josh is going to write that down on his drunk classic list now. So
it's already there.
But and I'm watching him try to play this role of the guy that has been wronged, and now he needs to get these people back, but it's not who he is in everyday life, and he needs to be trained and learn. And I'm just like, you're still Rami Malek. Like I don't know. Like it's definitely you still.
Mr. Robot.
Yeah. And then this number, he does this. Hold on. Scene. What am I supposed to do? I can't just stop.
Yep.
Like, and I just every scene. It's like Ziegler from Snow White, where it's like the same face, like every single. There's no acting talent. It's just, it's there. You might as well be Sylvester Stallone in Cheddar movies because it's like you don't got the range. Just stop. After Rocky, it was over. After Freddie Mercury, it was over. So this movie should have been over. It was fine. I mean, like, once I dug into some of the cheddar that was going on, I was like, you know what? I can get behind some of the cheddar. The spy games was not too bad. It leans more on the intelligent side of things than the spy side of things, where it's just like, hey, this is what we do to find people or to track people down, or this is all the ways you're being watched, and this is the way we can do a 3D illustration of what's occurring. That's not the word that I wanted to use there, but like a 3D rendering of what we think happened and the outlay and where this person drove from here, and then let's get all these cameras. It's just all that end of things, breaking codes. And in doing that, they brought back John Barenthal, who is just like an underrated actor. John Barenthal is so good.
Barenthal's great.
He's so good every time, and he has the perfect voice. He is like America's Tom Hardy if they would just let him be it.
Like on John Barenthal, them making The Accountant sequel where it's John Barenthal is like the tough opposite don't give a F guy, like brother duo. Have you seen the preview for it?
No.
It's ridiculous. I mean, like, I'm gonna watch it, The Accountant, but like they just crapped on. I don't know. It looks ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie to you. Watch the trailer.
I try to not watch any trailers.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah. I try to not watch any trailers because. One,
so
we go
lazy,
to the movies.
we
go to the movies so much, Jordan, that we see everything anyway. And after
Yeah.
a while, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to be so tone deaf to whatever comes out because I've seen the trailer 10,000 times.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like to read reviews, see what I'm getting myself into. I read a review on The Amateur before I got myself into it, and you know, much of what I believed as well. It's kind of a slow burn, but it has times where it's not. You're not going to be bored watching the movie, and you're not going to be mad. So it's definite popcorn in one. But just the acting was tough. Lawrence Fishburne was great. It's great to see him in a role like that. It was great to see John Barenthal. The villain was decent in this, the antagonist, because the antagonist is, again, stop me if you heard this before, corrupt people in the U.S. government. Yeah. But they make it out to be like spy groups, but at the end of the day, it ends up being corrupt people in the U.S. government. Is the antagonist, and we follow Rami, and it works. You know, it works. It's going to keep you entertained. You're going to be distracted by his mouthpiece, but outside of that, it's a fun ride, and you're going to get a popcorn and one out of it.
Okay.
What do you think we're going to get out of the Ninja Turtles there, Josh?
We're going to get some mutagen ooze. We're going to get some pizza. We're going to get some animatronics. Hey, well, what do you think about this? I mean, you say you saw it during COVID. Jordan, you haven't seen it since you were a wee lad, right?
Yeah.
Is it any surprise that this was the most successful independent film until The Blair Witch? So for roughly 10 years? Isn't it crazy this was an independent film?
Yeah.
It is crazy. Is that accurate?
It is accurate. It didn't have a major studio. I think it was like only $300,000 to make or some shit. Jim Henson invented new technology to make the turtles do the turtle thing. Mm-hmm. Crazy. And then I was surprised at how well the movie holds up. I mean, of course, it's corny. Of course, it bleeds 80s, 90s, you know. But it really wasn't that bad. The goofy hijinks, while maybe at one time we were like, this is silly.
Holy shit. Holy shit. I just realized who played Donatello.
Yeah. Feldman.
I didn't know that until just now.
No, it's crazy when the credits start rolling. It shows everybody, and then at the very end it says "and special guest star Corey Feldman." Like he got his own credit.
I mean, back then.
Yeah. I mean, this is very entertaining. I mean, you could poke holes in the whole thing all day long. Like, for instance, what exactly was Shredder doing? Like, they were just doing petty theft? That was the whole goal? Steal more TVs and go play at Dave & Buster's. You know what I mean? Like, what is this?
Josh is gonna be a therapist for his review.
And the whole thing is like revenge over a girlfriend thing. Like, it was weird. But
what is Shredder?
What is a Shredder? But I loved his suit, like the glitter.
Yeah.
I love the I don't know. I like this whole thing, man. I thought it was really cool. It was clear when they just ran out of budget, like they made the screen black and they did ninja moves. Like, okay, but it worked. Why is Casey Jones the way he is? The whole thing is strange, but it was still good. I liked it a lot. So I give it a popcorn and one, dude.
No, the Ninja Turtles still slaps every time you watch it. I stand by my comment from COVID. It's so much fun. Why is Shredder? How about you, Casey? Why is Casey Jones? Like what's that dude, Lipton? Is that his name from Inside the Actors Studio? But you're just doing the whole cast.
Why is?
No, the Foot. What is up with the Foot? And they're just like stealing teenage kids off the streets. And they don't leave the city they're in. No. It's like, how do the parents not realize that's your child? They're still in the same city.
But there's no ultimate agenda. It's just steal more radios.
And they're once you find out, like, you just got your ass kicked and then robbed by a bunch of 10 and 11-year-olds, there's no coming back from that. That just happened to you. And then you have to have that the realization, oh my God, the Ninja Turtles were just beating up 10 and 12-year-olds. No wonder they got their ass kicked by Shredder the first time. That was the first time they fought an adult.
Yeah. There's this YouTube guy. He does like true life stories, but it's all a spoof. So he plays a character he was in the Foot in this movie. So he talks about how we were just having a good time doing some stuff. We play some video games, and then these mutants come out and beat the shit out of us.
All All right, so Jordan, what did you think? For me, it's a popcorn of one as well. Still slaps.
Yeah, the costumes are like incredible, but like ridiculous, but just it holds up for like just the practical. Like, what were those things made out of? Like
Turtle skin.
I feel like they had to be.
Why does
so
the pizza
hot.
guy just know martial arts?
Yeah. And why are they? Again, I'm like Josh. I'm just like pondering these questions. Why are they called the Foot? Is that ever explained? Why are they the Foot?
I don't know.
Who is the Foot?
Who is Foot?
So many questions I need answered. The Red Turtle's accent. Why does he have such a
Raphael? Most people would call him.
Yes.
Not the Red Turtle.
The Red Turtle.
The red one.
Hey, the Power Rangers. The Red Turtle.
And why is he the only one with an accent?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
I owned all of these VHSs, like 1, 2, 3. How many of these did they make?
They made 4 No, they made 3. Then they made a TV show that kind of fell off.
Yeah.
And then they made the revival was the CG 2007-ish. And they had the cartoon at the same time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Turtles is forever. But this is, I would say, top 3 Turtles installments. This is on top 3.
Well, yeah. So I owned like all 3 of the 1, 2, 3 VHSs as a kid, and I never watched them. Never. I don't know. They didn't appeal to me. I thought it was weird and clunky.
So this was your first time seeing it?
No. Like I watched them like once, but like it was never like, oh, let's watch Ninja Turtles again. Like,
gotcha.
Or like someone would
he was
cover
a
like
highly evolved 5-year-old.
I definitely
would
watched.
rather listen to Bach.
I definitely watched Ninja Turtles 2 way more than 1.
Which one did they go back in time? 3?
3, yeah.
Older cousins would come over and be like, oh, put on Ninja Turtles. And I'd be like, no, dude, we're not watching that.
Go Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja. That's part 2.
But it was like fun. It was fun watching it as an adult. It's fun to look at, like to watch and kind of make fun of. But at the same time, like it's for an independent 80s, 90s movie. Like it's fine. It's fun.
For a comic book adaptation, book cartoon adaptation, like it's way ahead of its time. Like,
how old is Splinter? Can we discuss this? Because he trained with his Japanese trainer in Japan, and then came to America, and then raised turtles.
Yeah. And what do you mean teenage mutant? Like, is this turtle years or?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah, more questions than answers.
They look like grown-ass red, orange, purple, and blue turtles.
I give it a popcorn probably, but it's a good. It's fun.
Okay.
What do you think of the orange one, Jordan? What do you think of the orange turtle?
Okay, wait. Let me see if I can name these turtles here. So, the orange one is Mikey.
You got a lot, Juan.
Michelangelo.
Yeah, well, Mikey, Michelangelo. Okay, the blue one is Donatello.
Nope.
The purple
one
is Donatello.
This is bad, dude.
Purple one is Donatello. The blue one is Leonardo.
Yes.
And the red one is Raphael.
He is a history teacher, and these turtles are named after Renaissance-era artists.
Oh, yeah. Well, it happens. He's in American history. How about the like blatant murder at the end with Casey Jones? Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna crush this human being to death, and everyone's cool with it for a PG movie.
You know why? Because back in those days, Josh, we had a firm understanding of good and evil, and evil deserved to die.
As long as you didn't show any boobs, you get a PG rating.
Well, that's a little bit later in the 90s. Early 90s, you could still show 1 or 2 nips.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, I mean, we all watched... No, Jordan hasn't seen G20 yet, has he?
No.
Oh, you don't have to, Josh. Tell him why.
Because it was really good.
You liked it?
I loved it.
It was cheese. I laughed at how bad it was. Hey, let me tell you how all the world's problems with all the greatest nations' leaders is going to be solved by a 13-year-old girl that's good at computers and stuff.
I don't know, man. I thought it was good.
Talk to me.
Well, see, the 13-year-old girl thing is what got me at first. I was like, I hope this movie isn't about her, because I thought the movie was going to be about the daughter. And I'm so sick of daughter saves the day, or kid, teenager saves the day, you know what I mean? Because I'm an old fart now, right? But turns out the movie's about Viola Davis kicking ass. And it's a classic, hostage situation, good guys under siege type of movie, right? It's the president and it's the G20 summit, so it's all these world leaders together, and Anthony Starr, Homelander, is the bad guy. Not really a spoiler, that's like the first 10 minutes. And then Viola Davis, as the president of the United States, like, kicks some ass, dude! It was cool. I mean, I thought it was a fun ride the whole way through. It was like there's a little bit of tensity. How are we gonna get out of this situation? You got who's the guy who's in the cop shows now? He was her Secret Service agent who like had her back the whole time. Will Trent. He's on the Will Trent show. He was cool. Dude. They made the Prime Minister of Britain like a little bitch, and that was cool. And I don't know. I thought the whole thing was a fun ride, dude. It reminded me of the old days of like, forgive me for like invoking these great movies, but The Rock or Hostage, The Negotiator.
I'm getting them all.
It was in vain of those kind of movies, and I think it did okay. But I'm with you on the overall premise of like that was kind of hodgepodge together, and like Anthony Starr as the villain, like a little over emotional for a soldier of fortune, but whatever. And then we're gonna do Bitcoin thieving. We're stealing Bitcoin again. Like, okay. And the motivations, like you gotta start helping our troops out at home before you help out Africans. That's why we're doing all this, because you're giving money to Africa. Anyway, also not really a big spoiler. Here's my big complaint, though. I have two. The first one, Fry, I think you'll enjoy this. When you shoot a fire extinguisher, there's a lot more smoke than that. There's a lot more.
And it's not like complete. You can't like run. It's a powder.
No, it's like a gelatinous mist. Yeah,
it's like gelatinous.
The whole room is white. Like I can tell you that from experience. So that they use it as a distraction to like smoke screen, and they're like, no, everyone's got to leave the room now because that's what happens. But anyway,
and you can't fucking breathe.
Yeah. So anyway, there's that. But then a little more back to realism. The part where Viola Davis, like, she goes ba 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 ba, she like guns him down, and then there's the one beefcake king of the henchmen comes through the elevator, and she has to fight him one-on-one. That man looks like the kind of guy who's been waiting his whole life to beat up a woman. You know what I mean? She did not win that fight. She did not win that fight.
Especially after she got her ass kicked by a smaller one in the elevator.
Yeah, and doesn't she have I think she's like a slug in her side or something, and she chokes him out. Like, nah, dude, that dude eats women for breakfast. Not the fun way. Yeah, he can't keep a girl because he keeps giving him black eyes. Like, that's the character he's playing. Anyway, overall though, I mean, Anthony Starr. What's his name? The husband, Matt Anderson. Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson is the husband. I think he played a good role. The kids were not too annoying. They were just barely annoying. Viola Davis has like some of the best I'm so sick of this shit face. Like her dead eyes that she has. Yeah. And then she's got the arms. She's got them Vanessa, what's her face arms. Yeah.
She's jacked.
She's jacked. I like the whole thing, dude. I thought it was a classic, like, watch it with your family, eat some popcorn movie. I give it a popcorn and one, dude.
So here's the deal. There's two reviews for this movie. There's the theatrical, like, let's sit back and say, was this a good movie? No. Then there's the second review that's like, hey, you guys want to watch some cheese and see some shit get blown up? Yeah. It was a great movie for that. It was a great movie for that. Yeah. There's two reviews. Okay? And I wrote down, if I hear Madam one more time, I'm going to lose it.
Yeah. Well, before you get started, I will say, like, consider like all the movies that have attempted this in recent years, like
Yeah.
the plane one with whatever his name is, the
With Ed Sheeran.
Ed, yeah, Ed Sheeran, the TSA thing. You know, all these movies
Oh,
that
Taron Egerton.
the Mark Wahlberg, like, there's been a lot of movies like this that have made the attempt, and this is the best of recent years, in my opinion. Go on.
Yeah, this is definitely Viola Davis going,
Get off of my plane.
Yeah, yeah.
at the G20 summit for sure, and this is that moment. The kids were annoying. I disagree with Josh.
Okay.
There was too much snot crying from them. There was too much, and Viola Davis had to do her cry thing. Like, she has her cry moment because she has that in everything she does. Right? She has that snot cry down, like, and she gets it. She has it in this one too. But as it pertains to the action, it was fun. I mean, I've never seen a car get hit by 2 bazooka blasts before until now and just, like, be good.
It's
And
the Beast.
now I know it. What's that?
It's the Beast, dude.
Yeah, it's the president's limo. I got
Yeah,
it. I
that
mean,
thing-
and there was some corny things like as a show of unity. This what country was she the president of? The Hispanic lady.
Oh, I don't know.
But also, like, her saying, "I'm not as confident and cool as you, or tall and confident as you." Slight shot at whoever the president is of that country. That was rude. Anyway, ma'am, I think your small package and Big Dynamite comes in little packages. Anyway, the wife of the Korean president, she was dope. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm just some old lady. Watch me kill this guy.
Yeah,
Like,
good
that
job,
was-
Grandma. Like, she killed it. Yeah.
So she gets it, like, that scene where like she has a scene where she discovers something that no one else was
Mhm.
like cognizant of. That scene made me laugh. I actually rewound that scene.
That's funny. Whoop, where'd she go?
Yeah. It's so random. It's just like with no hesitance, just
Yeah.
just goes for it. So it was fine as an action movie that we just want to see, like an Expendable style Air Force One. It's a popcorn 1, popcorn 2 for that.
Sure.
As far as story, it was stupid. It was the
Oh, yeah.
story was dumb.
It's
The-
barely strung
the-
together premise, yeah.
The twist, dumb. The twist was dumb. The twist was so stupid. Wait, how did I not see this sooner? Because you're dumb. Like, you're dumb. It's okay. Like, you're just dumb.
You talking about with Homegirl?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like a, okay. Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? You always knew that there was going to be a bulletproof vest somewhere involved, and there definitely was.
Right.
You always knew that there was going to be some tech involved because it's 2025, and there was. And you always knew somehow the tech was going to go wrong. And it did.
Yeah, how
The tech
come
went wrong.
that's not, you can't just hack anything. I'll hack it.
I'll reverse hack it.
I'll upload it to the download.
Is it a cloud? I just invented a new cloud. It's a new cloud that exists now. I did it. It's mine.
I made my own cloud.
But yeah, overall, I would say this is popcorn 1. I'm good with that, Josh.
Yeah.
But we gotta view it through the eyes of a cheddar action movie for it to be that.
Yeah,
If
it's
we
cheddar
view it through the
action, and
eyes-
maybe I'm a little bit, in need of a president that's actually cool. You know, maybe a little bit of that, and it's nice to see, strong black woman. She's an EGOT. Let her have some fun. She's having
Yeah.
fun. Yeah,
yeah. Anthony Anderson was having fun in a secondary role too.
yeah. He was good at being dead.
He got to get someone's face beat in. Like, I think
That was funny though. Like, I'm glad he did that. Like, you're hurting my kid, so he punches the dude.
Yeah.
I was really hoping it wouldn't have worked, but I was really hoping he'd just strangle him.
Like, you think that was his note though? That was Anthony Anderson's note. He's like, no, they're putting my kids at risk, man. I'm gonna go in
Yeah.
there and I'm gonna pummel this guy.
I'm gonna rip his mandible off.
Make him look like the Alec Baldwin and the late what's her name, Gina Davis from Beetlejuice. Pull their face all the way. All right, so Jordan, what were you watching?
I watched this special on Netflix called Killers of Killtony.
Oh,
And this is a YouTube
Oh.
comedy series with now infamous stand-up comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, known for his kind of his roasting, right? He's kind of one of those roast guys, an insult comic, more or less, and who recently went on a Trump rally and made some jokes where it's like that whole thing where it's like, if you're joking to the people who you're kind of talking about, like it depends who you're pandering to. You know what I mean? Like if you're pandering to racists, like it's no longer like joking.
Yeah, know your audience. That's true.
Yeah, like if you
It
are
doesn't
saying,
help that he's in general a B-level comedian. Like he's got an unnecessary amount of fame.
but
and an annoying voice.
if you're making fun of, if you're making racial jokes in a crowd of racists who are applauding and laughing just in like the worst way, like they actually
But then you're
feel
the
and
president?
believe. Yeah,
Sorry.
they actually feel and believe the things that this guy is saying, whether like if his intention is like he actually believes them or not. Like you know who you're saying this to, you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? So they do point this out, like in the stand-up special, like his whole like thing, how this is how the liberals and the left think about him, and like he's got his support cast, like Joe Rogan's next to him the whole time, not really saying much.
No, he was doing it all with his right hand. He didn't have to say anything.
Yeah, he wasn't saying much at all. It was, I believe it's Joe Rogan's club that this happens in. This takes place in.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's like, he always on this, when he's with the Tony thing, he always looks like he's just helping out his little brother.
Yeah, he just kind of sit there. He looks really stoned. Yeah.
Probably
Shane Gillis is there for a lot of it. He starts out, I think he comes out and he's like doing a Trump impression, but then he kind of drops it later on. He's got like his usual cast of like characters, like the Joe Biden guy, whose joke is just like he's a lost old man who's creepy. Tom Segura comes out for like a little bit and doesn't really say much. Yeah, it's like the whole premise is that they get up there, they have these panel of guys, famous comedians, and then they draw names out of a hat from guys in the crowd, and they come out and they do like a 10-minute set or something. And of course, there's like a couple guys that go up there and they're just absolutely terrible, right? Can hardly even string together a sentence, and they just eviscerate the person on stage in front of everybody. And then he's got like a couple guys that he brings out. That this is way too long, by the way. I think this thing is like 2 hours long.
like the Tom Brady roast.
Yeah, it is just way too long. A lot of it I just kind of tuned out of. He brings up like some recurring character guys that are really good. Like he's got this guy named Cam Thomas, black dude. I don't know if you've ever seen his clips where he's like,
good.
Yeah, he's like, I like rocks and stuff like that. But he kind of bombs this. It is not his funniest stuff that I've seen on there, but he's really talented. And then of course he brings up like the random guy that from stage who actually gets on and like kills it. You know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah, like you could actually be something, blah, blah, blah. And so there's like a couple of those, there's like one and a half-ish moments of those things. Like one guy, he's not a very good comedian, but then when they like talk to him, he's like funny and very like likable. Like he's got a good personality and all that.
Witty.
Yeah, it's this whole special thing is a popcorn. It's really not that funny. It's way too long. Yeah, it's like meh.
It's like meh. All right, so I did Saturday Night, which is a movie that Jordan has already reviewed. Yep. It is the story behind the first ever episode of Saturday Night Live. And Jordan, I mean, he hit the nail on the head when he said it was really just a love letter to Lorne Michaels. And that is what it is. Chevy Chase was funny in it, the actor that played Chevy Chase. But the funnier scene was when he is with his fiance, right, through the whole thing. The whole thing, it's every time Chevy Chase shows up, his fiance is with him, and she's this beautiful woman. And there's a funny scene that happens with J.K. Simmons and the actor, and that's what I was trying to find, was the actor that plays, oh, there he is, Corey Michael Smith. So Corey Michael Smith and J.K. Simmons have a funny scene where J.K. Simmons is hitting on her. He goes, "Hey, buddy, she's taken." And he goes, "That's fine. I'll have her the hour she's not with you," or something like that.
Yeah.
And And then Chevy Chase is quick-witted, right? The character. And so he hits him with some funny insults. And instead of like continuing this war of words, J.K. Simmons just pulls out his penis.
Yeah.
And it made me laugh so hard. and then he
That's
picks
great.
it up. He goes, "What's the matter, son? You lose your wit?" And he keeps talking to him. And he goes, "Oh, it looks like you don't have the wit or the equipment to handle this situation." Just starts going in on him. He goes, and he says something about how he held the audience for whatever share of the audience he held for however many time. But it was just funny because the whole time he's having this full conversation, his dick's just out. Like the whole time. And like the actress playing the fiance and Corey Michael Smith, like they're just staring at his penis the entire time he's talking. And it's,
Yeah.
that part, I was dead. I was laughing so hard during
great.
this. Just to have the gall to just be like, okay, well, I'm not going to win you in a war of words, so here's my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan, you nailed it. Nicholas Braun played multiple characters in it. I really loved the actress that played Gilda Radner, Ella Hunt. I thought she was fantastic. She was funny. She was cute enough to pull off that role of Gilda Radner. The vulnerability from a lot of the crew was very interesting. The vulnerability showed by Gabrielle LaBelle that played Lauren Michaels was really good, as far as they didn't think they were ever going to get this show because they felt like it was just a move by NBC to get Johnny Carson to sign a contract that wasn't as lucrative as the one he wanted. Yeah, and then it ends up working out for them in the end. Overall, it's a good story. I would call it a popcorn and 1.5. Popcorn and 1.5. I could see why it wasn't nominated for any awards. I did get that. There was no one that really stood out as far as their performance was concerned. But it is a fun movie. You're going to have a lot of fun watching it. You're going to laugh quite a bit. There is a lot of funny scenes. There's a lot of funny one-liners in it. In fact, I actually took one down as they're on an elevator with Dafoe. William Dafoe is playing the head of NBC, right? And they talk about how he's the one that came up with the peacock and all this stuff. And in the elevator, he goes, "Use emotion on the many and reserve reason for the few." And they're getting out of the elevator, and he goes, "Was that a Hitler quote?" And he goes, "Yeah, atrocities aside, the man was a wordsmith." And I couldn't believe he said that and put it in the movie. But it did make me laugh. And it is funny because like it's a Jewish cast. Like the whole cast is Jewish.
Right.
So it's just a funny line to just slip into this movie. But yeah, popcorn 1.5. The overall premise was fun, the jokes were fun, but it was just an okay movie, but it will entertain you. So popcorn 1.5.
Okay. Well, we saw Sam Rockwell's like one of his very first movies, and now you saw him in his latest?
Well, yeah, we saw him in White Lotus season 3, and apparently it's because his wife, Sam Rockwell's girlfriend is in it, or wife is in White Lotus season 3.
Oh, okay.
So he's there as well, and they were like, "Hey, man, like, wouldn't it be great if we just wrote this character for Sam Rockwell?" And he played that character perfectly, and obviously it's the monologue heard around the world where, Goggins, got a couple,
Yeah.
in there. So it wasn't like a complete monologue, but it is funny because as you're watching Rockwell deliver this monologue, you start to think to yourself, how would I react if I had like a best friend, somebody that's been with me my entire life, and they're revealing all of this stuff to me, and it's some stuff that's out there that he talks about in this monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sometimes one, sometimes two, maybe three, maybe it's me, maybe it's them. Who knows who's giving it to who? But I started to feel like I really liked it. I wondered, it's a great monologue. It's fantastic, and he delivers it deadpan.
Mm-hmm.
Just deadpan, and it was, and then you go over to Goggins, and he's just like staring at him. He's talking the whole time. It was not a season of White Lotus for an audience that needs to be consistently given stimuli, right? It was a slow burn. It was extremely slow, and the story is really drawn out. And White, I don't know if he's being cocky or arrogant on the White Lotus podcast, or if he's just trying to explain to people what he's trying to do, but he had a rant when he was like when he was met with these criticisms, and it was, hey, I'm trying to edge you, okay? I'm trying to get you, like, make you comfortable. I'm edging you. I'm edging you. If you don't like being edged, get out of my bed. And that's what he used as an analogy to explain what White Lotus is. He's like, you don't have to be here. No one's making you be here. But this is what I'm going to do. And he's like, don't worry. You're going to get off. There will be a satisfying conclusion to this. But you have to stay with me throughout this process. And a lot of people did not like the end of White Lotus season 3. A lot of people complained about this season. I complained a little bit about this season. I mean, I don't like this season of Wheel of Time. I think the season of Wheel of Time is incredibly boring. Like, I am so far out. I've stopped watching it. I've got to catch back up because it's just been so boring.
I just found out it happened. I didn't know that it was even out. I thought we were still in season 2.
Yeah, I could see, like, with Wheel of Time, I'm bored, and I could see why people got that with White Lotus, but the thing is, you can't do that, because you got to invest in each character as an individual. You got to find your favorite. You can't invest in the overall show. If you do that, you're going to be like, oh, the show's all... You got to follow these characters. Which character do I like? Which character do I hate? Who's doing a great job? Who's doing a terrible job? What's that person's story? I want to know more to be in. And if you're there, season 3 is pretty good. Like, the character development is really strong. There are, okay, spoiler alert, so fast forward as 30 seconds if you don't want to hear this. There are a couple plot holes that exist at the end, but they're not terrible. And you have to ask yourself, do I really care if this rich family gets its comeuppance or if this family hates this person based on everything we've been through for 8 episodes? Or am I just okay with what happened? We have one of the characters that does exactly what she was mad happened to her in season 1 to another character, which is kind of crazy. You're like, wow, this happened to you. And you see, as soon as that money comes, let's reverse quote Jay-Z, your pigeon took flight. You took off out of there the second you got that money. And that's exactly what you were bitter about never getting your shot. Overall, they found a way to suck us back in the final episode and to really give us some closure as it pertained to the stories that you should care about. Goggins and his lady. Okay, that was a good storyline, and you should have cared about that. You should have felt so bad for her because she never had his full attention, and when she does get his full attention, this happens. Michelle Monaghan and her group of friends, like Leslie Bibb, oh god, the other actress's name just ran away from me, but you should care about those stories, not the overall episode, right? The weird incestuous storyline that's going on the whole time, the undertones of satisfying the family by any means necessary. It's kind of weird. And are you invested? Like, do you want to hear more about this? Do you want to watch this? And if you do, this was the season for you. And now we got to wait for season 4. So this was a popcorn and 2 for me. I'm going against the grain here. Jordan was like, way to be out there on the limb because he thinks I always go with the grain. Well, take this, Jordan.
White Lotus sucks.
Popcorn and 2 for
I will
me.
never watch this TV series. And I don't know
That's
why.
okay.
I can't tell you why. I'll never watch it, though.
Yeah, because you don't like to be edged. You just want to get off. I got
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
He doesn't like soap operas.
Mm-hmm.
What's that, Josh?
He doesn't like soap operas. What's the butter on top this week?
It is Jordan's drunk classic actually this week.
Wait a minute. I still have one more review.
Oh,
Do you?
Yeah. Yes. Love on the Spectrum.
Oh,
Love on the
I feel so
Spectrum.
bad that that's the one we forgot about. That's like the worst.
Yes. I watched the new season of Love on the Spectrum, and I watched it in like one day because I genuinely love this show. Okay? I have from the beginning. All right. Love on the Spectrum, USA, because it started off as an Australian show, which I wish they would also like go back. I want to see more about those Australian characters that they made us love from the beginning. But, you know, they so it's Love on the Spectrum USA season 3, I believe. You get new characters, mostly more female characters. So it was kind of a male dominated kind of thing. So they brought in more female characters. You get a lot of the familiar faces. And this season is cool because like a lot of them are really finding love. Okay.
Okay.
Again, a lot of people question this show. Like, is it morally
Exploitative.
Yeah, is it exploitative? Is it morally like okay to do this? And I just feel like they produce this in a way that is just like it's very endearing. Like you just see how beautiful these people like and genuine, you know, these people are, how their differences make them
Okay.
awesome. You know what I mean? I don't know. I really do like it. You get that awkwardness in and just like with anything, like I feel like this, it all just shows that it's really not that, it just normalizes everything. You know what I mean? Like these are people. They date, they want all these same experiences that that we all do, you know, and they have the same issues with dating and things that we all do. So it's great. I love this
Who's
show.
your favorite character? Say it.
My favorite character in this,
Yeah.
God, there's this guy named James in there, and he's the character that just makes you like squirm so bad because he has the most awkward interactions with people, but he's so funny and he's so like genuinely himself and does not care. But you're just like, buddy, you just God, like you want to give the guy a hug. And there's this guy Tanner who's just like the sweetest guy you could ever see in your life. Some of the couples are just adorable. Like you see, like they have genuine love for each other. It's very pure. Yeah. So I give this show a popcorn and 3. Like I love this show.
Just like you will never watch The White Lotus, I will never watch Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah.
But I did watch a clip of one of the characters on the Kelly Clarkson show, and his like favorite actor alive is Jack Black or something like that, and he was gonna meet Jack Black before he turned 30 years old. That's his goal in life, is before I turn 30, I'm gonna meet Jack Black, and she brought Jack Black out, and that was pretty heartfelt.
I'm wondering what character is that.
It was pretty interesting, but it's also your drunk classic, so you got to tell us that you had a follow up.
You want a drunk classic from me? I'm gonna pick a movie, a silly,
I hope so.
teenage comedy movie,
Right.
starring my celebrity actress crush. It's I Love You, Beth Cooper, starring Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah,
I love you, Beth
Oh,
Cooper.
wow.
I've not seen that one.
Yeah.
Hayden's good.
It's good.
Yep.
It's
That's
one
a
of those
valid
like zany
Hollywood crush.
high school comedies, Josh,
Yeah.
where like crazy things happen and they end up in the craziest stuff, and there's like the bully is gonna get you because
Yeah.
like the nerd's gonna get the girl at some
they're
like
over
that's
the
like
type character archetypes. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's all
It's a good
very
movie.
very
Cool.
exaggerated. Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, little Hayden Panettiere. Do you know who her husband is?
No.
It was Klitschko, but I don't know who it is
Oh,
now.
did they get divorced?
Oh yeah, a long time ago. She was like started
Did they
dating.
really?
Yeah, she started dating some guy, and then he like beat her up, and then Klitschko like went after this guy with like the freaking Russian mob or something. Like it was crazy. Yeah, much drama.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of
Okay.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know one thing. I know that our butter on top for this week is Ryan Coogler's latest film, and it is holding strong at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and has been for well over a week. I'm
wait to
very
see this.
excited. Yeah, I'm very excited to see this. They've done a great job hiding what's going on in the trailers. You just kind of have an idea, which I love. I love going to no expectation, kind of a faint clue as to what we're dealing with here. Someone accidentally spoiled it. I'm not going to lie to you guys
Wah.
for me, but I am so excited to watch, and I hope you're excited to watch with us, Sinners, starring Michael B. Jordan and
Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld.
It's gonna be good.
I'm excited about this one, and I'm excited for you guys to join us at the movie theaters. As always, you get the popcorn, we got the beer.